Hello, everybody. It's Thursday. What's Thursday? My favorite night of the week. Oh, what's up? I see cravings highlights up in here. Okay. Let's highlight them cravings. Eric Gonzalez, Matthew Morales. What else rhymes with Ales? They have a. We got Deadpan Lizzy, Michael Sindler, Poeta Cool. Ike Waltz is back. Okay. Oh, okay. Avi Capapas, you're on the list then. Let me put that list now that we're talking about it. Queen Ray Jane is in here. Missed me. Hi, Julia. Missed you too. We are back and in full effect. There's the list. It's in the chat. Take a good look at that. And what can I say? We are back. Welcome to the Thursday night online open mic here at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Well, I'm not at the cafe today. I'm in my house today. I took a bath. I'm in my pajamas. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? It was a long day. Being executive director, wow. I have learned a lot, and there's still so much to learn. You need so many certificates and permissions to even do anything in New York City, I must say. But our first writers retreat on Sunday was a success. It turned into a writing workshop taught by me. Like, I had just wanted to open the doors and let people write, but that's not what happened. People came and they were like, we were expecting to get a writer's workshop, and a writer's workshop they got. So from now on, that's what it shall be. If you came through, then you tasted the cheese empanadas de Casa de la and possibly the Café de Draco Rosa, both delicious. We will continue to serve El Café de Draco Rosa. We'll see about the empanadas. But not only did I do my workshop, Advocate of Words started his How to Write a Poetry Book workshop. It was dope. I was sitting, listening, learning some things myself. Advocate of Words is an excellent teacher. So from now on, Sunday, we open at noon to 5. I'll probably start teaching my workshop at like 1 p.m. We'll finish by like 2:30, because I want to combine it with writing and performing, since the stage is right there. I think that's a perfect opportunity to take advantage of that. And then, learn how to write a book at 6 p.m. with Advocate of Words. Our Monday night open mic has been amazing, hosted by Soul. Our Wednesday night poetry slams, Advocate of Words is hosting that in person, and it's been good. His math is really excellent, and we've been getting people slamming, winning, and so that they can move on to the Friday slams that will begin in April. If you're interested in any of those things, check our calendar at neweurekan.org. Get all the info and purchase your tickets. We are upgrading our camera so that our online folks could get a better view of what's going on when they do purchase online tickets. I am bringing my one-woman show from Puerto Rico to the cafe April 8th. With Anthony Carrillo, master percussionist. It will be a fundraiser for the cafe, with 100% of the proceeds going to fix the roof, because the roof is fucking leaking. We gotta fix that shit, and it's gonna go towards programming. And buy your ticket, please. What else can I say? We got 20 open micers. Let me know if you want to be added to the good luck round at the end. Everyone has 4 minutes max to do your thing. If it's some new shit, let us know, and we say new shit. If it's old shit, whatever shit it is, we will support you in that shit. If it's your first time ever, let me know. And if you want, I will sing you the Pop the Cherry song. I popped a whole lot of cherries on Sunday. It was fantastic. But consent matters, so you let me know if you want me to sing that for you. Good luck rounders are at the end. Anyone that didn't make the official list can get into the chat room, chat me up, and then you have a chance to share your work at the end of the show, but you got to stay all the way through. Let's see. Thursday night is notorious because anything goes. Just about all styles are welcome. The strange over the mundane is what we welcome every day. Poetry, music, monologues, comedy, even dance. Just no strip teasing. Thank you to our sponsors: National Endowments for the Arts, Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, New York Community Trust. And if you would like to make a donation, please visit nuyorican.org/contribute. Every bit counts. We also have a survey, so take that survey and let us know how we can better serve you. Okay, let's look in the chat, see what's good. Okay, Shane, hi. Who said the New Yorican? Oh, yeah, Chris. Chris was here in person. He's back out of state, but he was in person and he tasted Café Draco Rosa. He loved it. We shared his reaction, and Draco Rosa actually shared Chris's reaction to tasting his coffee on his story, so he is well aware of what is going on. Hello, Nicole Hernandez McGuire. Yes, I see you. Fabian Alberto's here. Ron Thompson is here. Marissa Prada still on Gorilla Poets Zoom. What does that mean, Mama? Oh, talk to me. On another platform. I don't know. Okay, you changed your name? It's all right. Let me unmute everybody so you guys can say hi to the world.
Hello.
Hi,
everybody.
everybody.
Greetings from Long Beach.
Hey,
Yes. Beautiful, my people. So great to see you. So many things have happened. Gosh. But I won't take up any much more of your time. We've already 7 minutes in. And so we're gonna start with our first open micer, and that is none other than Deadpan Lizzy Elizabeth Strauss.
Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday and everyone at 2-1.
Oh yeah, 2-1. I forgot to even mention that. 2 venues, 1 mic, a collaboration in Japan.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, Lizzy. What's good?
Oh, well, I'm excited to see the hybrid with the poets in Japan and the poets here in NYC. I'm not performing, but I'm going to support both communities, and I'm excited to see everyone.
Sweet. So what you gonna do for us today?
I got new shit.
New shit!
It's called Moving Forward Again. 1 month ago, I would have stayed put in my 4 comforters in my freezing Manhattan apartment, crying on the outside, crying on the inside, trying to shed tears that refused to show themselves, fearing my hands would bleed all over the Upper West Side. Hand eczema would not be protected by my Mickey Mouse gloves I carry around in my Coach tote, or the small gray fashionable New York City ones purchased at Ann Taylor and Lincoln Square many Capricorn moons ago. I no longer feel like a bag of mulch sitting on the unstable brick. I feel like a bud ready to spring, pounding the pavement again, holding my planks with less anxiety, sitting up with it as well. I'm ready to move on from the scorpion crushes, not dwell on what my new interest sign is, and embrace hers, no longer procrastinating life. The heat has been fixed, the walls feel colorful instead of unsure. My brain no longer feels like guts swimming in the sickly sea of the Hudson, or seaweed floating for no reason in the Sound. It will all be okay. Why could I not figure this out 1 month ago? I got scared, and will again. But I know if I hit a foul ball, strike out, or get a single, I will be okay. Thank you.
Yes, you will. Deadpan Lizzy. I'm so
Thank
happy
you.
that you're finding peace and, and finding your way. So great. Thank you for being with us, and I will see you el sábado.
Thank you.
Sábado
Too.
gigante. Okay, let's see. Eddie Foreman, you're on the list. It is in the chat. I will repost that. But first, I will see what's good with Jeff Cottrell and his sidekick Pinky on the sidelines.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Jeff. How are you doing?
I'm good.
There you go.
There I go. Still finding me? What?
Are you there? I see you now.
I'm here. Yeah, okay. I'm here.
Pinky and the Jeff. What's good?
Well, I've got some old shit.
Old shit. We'll take
shit.
Could be old, but new to me.
Oh, that's true. Yes. But this is a special ode I wrote to the moon because it's been a tradition from the dawn of poetry through the ancients to the romantics to write, romanticized verse personifying the moon. So I thought I'd continue that tradition. So here is an ode to the moon. Fuck you, moon. Seriously, go bugger yourself, crater face. You think you're so cool and all with your moon rocks? Dick. Oh, look at me. I'm the moon. I make people turn into werewolves. I make people go crazy when I turn full. I use my gravitational pull to cause tidal waves. Frank Sinatra sang songs about me. Michael Jackson made a dance named after me. I run circles around your crappy little planet. Literally. I'm the moon, baby, and you ain't never setting foot on me, sucker. Yeah, well, go suck on a sucking piece of something, sucko. Stupid moon. How many astronauts have visited you lately? Huh? How many, a pockmarked bastard? Been a while, hasn't it? As in a 48-year while. Why don't the astronauts like you anymore, moon? What did you do to creep them out? Did you say something to offend them? Did they catch you doing it with their significant others? Why doesn't NASA ever call anymore, moon? Maybe it's because you're, I don't know, a big jerk? You're not really made of cheese, but you are cheesy. Remember when Georges Méliès made that movie in which that spaceship hit you in the eye? Well, he should have used a bigger spaceship, one that would have wiped out your whole dumb, stupid face. Or he could have set up a nuclear bomb and blown you into a million billion moon bits, except they didn't have nuclear energy back in 1902. Okay, scratch that one. Hey, moon, you know the difference between you and your mom? There's only one man in the moon. Stop peeking in my window every night, you pervert. Somebody ought to moon, you shiny pie-faced wanker. You think you're timeless, but you're just a phase. Percy Shelley once wrote about you. Art thou pale for weariness of climbing heaven and gazing on the earth, wandering companionless among the stars that have a different birth? Yeah, hear that, moon? Companionless. Because who'd be your companion, you lunar loser? It's only a paper moon. You see, moon, you're just paper. Well, scissors cuts your paper, and I've got scissors. Hard quality metal scissors made out of the rock of the earth. And wait, okay, I know they say paper covers rock, but that's bullshit. Rock is strong and crushes paper too. Yeah. Stupid moon. You know that Jupiter moon, Io? I hear Io's got more than 400 working volcanoes. Where are your volcanoes, moon? I hear you used to have some pretty good ones back in the day. But now you've gotten old, moon, and your volcanoes have dried up into dark Maria, and there ain't no giant cosmic Viagra out there to bring them back. No, sir. You're a jerk, moon, a complete knee biter. I'm gonna send you to the moon, moon. You, sun reflecting, tide causing, total eclipsing, poet inspiring, who drumming, crater hoarding, river widening, flying bicycle backdrop scenery supplying, monolith hiding, son of a fucking fuck-faced fuck-headed fucker. Think about that next time you beat me at Pinochle. That was an ode to the moon. And my last reminder, I've got a book that's currently available for pre-order. And it's going to be available for real on Saturday when I have my big Zoom launch party. Look it up. I'll put the links in the chat. Look up Hate Story on Facebook and whatnot if you're not in the chat.
Okay, Jeff Cottrell, you lunatic, you. Sheesh. Poor moon.
Oh, lunatic. I get it.
Ha.
Lunatic.
Hoo-hoo. He's like, oh, but Bruja. Jeez.
Too soon.
Well, good luck, Jeff. Good luck with everything with your book and your hater story and your relationship with the moon. And you just haven't been mooned by the right person, maybe. That's what it is.
I suppose.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. I won't say anything else. Thank you, Jeff Cottrell. We're going to keep it going, keep it flowing. Let's see what's good with Michael Sindler.
Hello.
Michael.
Good to see you. Glad to see you're doing such great things with the place.
Thank you.
Even though I don't get to actually get there. One of these days, maybe.
Yes, you must.
It could happen. I love New York. But I'm going to start. I had no idea this would be extending some sort of astronomical thing, but nonetheless, this is a haiku sonnet called Voyager for Carl Sagan. See the pale blue dot, source and substance of our dreams. Blink, and we're extinct. Circling and spinning, it will be fine without us. Itch that went away. Temporal spheroid, eventually engulfed by expanding star. Brief chance to behold our home and haven from vantage long mistaken for heaven. And rather than do another one of mine, I'm going to do a poem by great contemporary Ukrainian poet Lena Kostenko. And this is a piece she did back in '86 in the wake of the Chernobyl disaster, but I think it is very apt still right now. It's called A Terrible Kaleidoscope. A terrible kaleidoscope. In this moment, somewhere, someone dies. In this moment, this very moment, each and every minute, a ship is wrecked, the Galapagos burn, and above the Dnipro sets the bitter wormwood star. Explosion, volcano, ruin, destruction. One aims, another falls. Don't shoot, a third implores. Scheherazad's tales run dry. Lorelei sings by the Rhine no more. A child plays, a comet flies. Faces bloom, not erased by dread. Blessed is each moment we're alive on these worldwide fields of death. Okay, thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Michael Sindler. I had a nightmare last night. You just reminded me. I had a nightmare last night that I was in the Ukraine and that I had my children with me and that we were in this old tower by a river and it was beautiful, and then these huge rocks started falling from the mountain, and then I realized that it was actually bombs, and then we were separated. It was horrible. It became a lucid dream. Like, it got so scary, and then it became a lucid dream because I was like, yeah, this has to be a dream. This has to be a dream. And I was so afraid for my children. When I woke up, I was like, oh my God, the fact that I could wake up from that nightmare and some people can't. Let's see, Joski C. Always inspiring and enlightening with his music and poetry. Joski!
Ola, Bruja.
Hola, Joski.
I'm coming through.
Yeah, you're a little blurry, but you look a little blurry for some, but it looks like a painting.
How about
but I
the
hear
sound?
you.
Do you see my sound?
Yes, I see your sound.
You know, I'm feeling a little blurry, so I think that fits.
Okay.
So I have some poems tonight, and first couple are new, so I'll get into it. Message to Putin. Vladimir Putin, take a bow. So proud of what you've done. Deeds etched upon the despot's page, enacted with a madman's rage. Tear off your shirt and gallop away, then never return again. refracted. Whites move to the front of the queue with elbow room for pets. The rest are left. Rainbow refugees refracted into colors. Dark ones to the back, farthest from the track, shivering in snow and rain. Tonight, whites with pets will ride the train. And this next poem, I wrote this song for my mother, or this poem rather, on the anniversary of her passing. So my mom was a singer. In high school, every weekend, she would sing on the Polish radio station in Philadelphia, and they called her the Polish Nightingale. Your eyes have closed, you've finished your song. Lying perfectly still, there is no need to breathe. Rise up from this body, anointed with tears, and fly, nightingale, on newborn wings, and dance with angels beckoning. They are calling to you, singing your name. We are anchored to this heaviness, breathing water and smog, dragging our bones from room to room like a burden. Our weary traveler's thirst for love was quenched at your heart's open door. You gave and gave still more than more, until you were all lightness, having laid to rest your burdened bones, to rise and spread your nascent wings. So fly, nightingale, into light, and feel the sky embrace you. Some of those who loved you best, now orphans in an empty nest, are stronger than they know. For even while their hearts still bleed, their own wings grow. So fly, nightingale, to your mate, whose patient heart watched over thee, his long wait finally ended. So fly into your ecstasy of love and feel the sky embrace you. Fly, nightingale.
Joski, see, I didn't know your mother was Polish.
Yes, yes, yes. Thus
Yes.
the ski.
Ah, well, I can say cześć, dzień dobry, sok pomarańczowy. That's apple juice. I spent time in Poland. My first experience outside of the country and Puerto Rico was to Poland.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
it was amazing. I did a musical tour for a month in Poland, of all places. Learned so much about the culture, about the place. You know, traveled all around. It was in a little town called Bydgoszcz. I went to Krakow, Warsaw. I mean, all around. It was really incredible. Beautiful people, beautiful culture, and God, you know what we're seeing in the Ukraine. You know, Poland suffered during World War II, was it? And I saw the destruction and how they reconstructed plazas and all these things. You know, war is nothing new to us. When will it ever end? Thank you so much, Joski.
Thank you, Bruja.
Thank
Much
you.
love to you.
Much love. Cześć. Yup. Now let's go to Catman Bill.
Good evening, La Bruja.
Good evening, Catman Bill.
Well, I can claim a little bit of Polish blood because one of my grandparents came from Vilna, and Vilna at different times was under Polish rule and other times under Lithuanian rule. So I can claim a little bit of that. And so, anyways, I wanted to recite a poem that I wrote. It works, called The Immigrant. He sits there on his cot, alone, in the dormitory pensione in Florence, Italy in 1977. Those of us sharing this room whisper, he's Russian. Yeah, a strange looking Russian escaping the Soviet curse. He speaks no English. We keep our distance. He's older than we 20-something-year-olds from the West, maybe 40 and looking old and alone. Now, 45 years later, his ghost returns. And a commentary that I wrote that may work, may not, but it's called The Message is the medium is the message, and the message is now war. Communications theorist Marshall McLuhan created what became a slogan, the medium is the message, in his 1964 book of the same name. In it, he proposed that the communication medium itself, not the message it carries, becomes the focus. Making this application the all-pervasive medium of the electronic age has now turned its attention from the great COVID-19 pandemic of 2020 to the Ukrainian war. The script couldn't have been more timely at keeping the shortened attention span of modern humans, and better staged. From the petulance of Trump to a pandemic to massive war, just in time to fill the global backlighted screens of the multitudes. Stay tuned for the coming attractions. The American version of the storming of the Bastille on January 6th is now ancient news. Trump? Who's that? Remove your cloth masks and apply for the new and improved gas mask variety. Ukraine has become a pawn and sacrificial lamb of the power brokers, the US and NATO on one side and Russia on the other. Could the good witch of the East, a nod to the Wizard of Oz, AKA the US, just said no NATO membership in exchange for the absence of death and destruction? Could that promise have been just kept until the end of the decrepit Putin era, probably not lasting more than 15 years? Could this issue of membership not been revisited after that Putin era? What was so hard to figure out? Or was that so hard to figure out? Apparently it was. The term collateral damage, first used by the American military in Vietnam as an appropriate euphemism here. Humans are an acceptable loss and can be dispensed with and killed off to prove a point that we never will accept appeasement again. Sorry, Ukrainians, one and all, you are all acceptable collateral damage today. And I'm sorry that I don't have any good news to offer. End of story.
Catman Bill. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man. How insane. You know what's even crazier is like you see these journalists that, they say they're so surprised that it's Europeans dying because it's usually, it's okay when it's like other people in other countries, but not blonde, blue-eyed Europeans. They're just like, oh, clutching the pearls. And I'm like, man, humanity check.
Mm-hmm.
It just all needs to stop. Well, thank you. Blessings to you, Catman Bill, and
Thank you.
to your family and extended family, to everybody out in the world suffering at the hands of uh, psychopathy. Like, what the hell? Okay, here we go. Let's keep it going and see what's good with Eddie Foreman, the fireman foreman.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good in the hood. um,
Good. Hear that. What you gonna do for us today?
well, I got a little short song and I got a little bit of a spicy, enticing, and feisty poem.
Woohoo!
All right. Unforgettable in every way and forevermore. That's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible. That's the one so unforgettable. Thinks that I am unforgettable too. Thank you. All right. I hope my ears didn't crack some glass. Hope it didn't put you on your ass. All right. This is called My Melting Pleasure. Let me engulf in sweet ecstasy tonight. Let me feel at ease and right. Let me be the target in your lustful sight. Let me be the delight that snug you so tight. Let me spark your feisty fire. Let me oil your noisy tires. Let me be there for in your desires. Let me be the wood in your bonfire. Let me kiss you with hot wax kisses. Let me push and turn on your switches. Let me be in multiple sexual steamy positions. Let me be in you in every feet, yards, and inches. Let me taste those honeysuckle nipples. Let me massage them till they tickle. Let me erect those soft, perky missiles. Let me quickly start up my sturdy pickle. Let me smooch your cherry blossom. Let me ignite your soft bottom. Let me make you sing and hum. Let me make your skies go numb. Let me lick your sweet sugar plum lips. Let me give you some extra kick. Let me do some loop-de-loop tricks. Let you and I take a little trip with those hips. Let me bang on your door. Let me energize your pink core. Let me be your loud uproar. Let me be the wind that makes you soar. Let me be the thing that gives you rain. Let me be the milk in your brain. Let me be the tool that drives you insane. Let me be the remedy to your aching pains. Let me ignite your inner volcano. Let me make you implode and explode. Let me be your heavenly glow. Let me be the sun in your tomorrows. Let me rest with you on your bed. Let me rest with my sleepy head. Let me rest with the snoozing dead. Let me make the solemn pledge. Thank you. And I hope everyone is safe and potastic because you make me feel fantastic. And remember what war is good for? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing. Thank you, Ed the fireman foreman, with that sturdy pickle. All right. Thomas Connor, what's good?
What's going on? I don't know how I can follow that, but I'll try.
I'm sure you will figure something out. Chancla survivor. I like that background. That's hilarious. If you
It's
don't
a,
know what a
it's a
chancla
dream.
is, it's a weapon. It's a weapon that our parents use, our mothers in particular, grandmothers
Lo
too.
dijiste bien. Yeah, my mother was a ninja with that. 4 rooms away, I got hit. Anyway, so I'm just gonna get to some new stuff, fairly new stuff. Still in utero, but here it goes. How do you mend a broken heart when stitches are sold separately and empathy is all they have for you? For them, love has come anew. As I still hold on to the pages of a past still present in my mind only, like a sword it draws out slowly, mission to abort, not ready. But no one really cares, I guess. I still feel the gentle breeze of her breath, her footsteps in the dark not there. As the wind chimes in the background, with the wind chimes in the background, window open, empty breeze, autumn leaves falling to the ground, a symbol of what we were. I guess solitude is now my companion. These vows never really stitched themselves well. I guess hoping that only time will tell. Her smell of jasmine I still know well, or is it just a memory caught in time? End poem.
Ooh, the sense trapped in the mind. Thank you,
Thank
Tom
you.
Connor, with that new shit. I know you didn't say shit, but I'll say it for you.
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks, Bruja.
Yo, are we gonna see you in person or what?
Yes, yes, yes. Now that you threatened me, yes, I will be there.
That's a
Dame que yo soy
strong
jodón.
word.
Yo soy jodón.
You're all my witness. I did not threaten. You saw that? Thank God you guys are witnessing being accused right now. Thank you,
Thank,
Thomas Connor.
thank you, Blue. Yes,
I
yes.
would fear retaliation from Thomas Connor because he is a warrior. Professor Tesosomok, it's time for that test talk.
Hey there, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good. I have
Oh, no
music
camera.
on in
No camera
honor
today?
or
No camera?
oh, sorry. Let me turn it on. I was saying that I have music for today's recognition of our ginger pals on the northern coast of the Atlantic for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yes, that's right.
So I'm gonna do an Irish song. Well, it's actually was written by an American for the Irish, so I guess it's kind of like Irish. All right. Kilkelly, 1860. My dear and loving son John, you're a good friend, the schoolmaster, Pat McNamara, so good as to write these words down. Your brothers have all gone to find work in England. The house is empty and sad. The crop of potatoes is sorely infected, a third to a half of them bad. And your sister Bridget and Patrick O'Donnell are going to be married in June. Your mother says not to work on the railroad and to sure to come home soon. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1870. Dear loving son John, hello to your missus and to your children. May they grow healthy and strong. Michael has gone in a wee bit of trouble. I guess that he never because of the dampness. There's no turf to speak of, and there we have nothing to burn. You say you found work, but you don't say what kind or when you'll be coming home again. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1880. Dear Michael John, my sons, I'm sorry to give you the very sad news that your dear old mother has gone. We buried her down at the church in Kilkelly. Your brother and Bridget were there. Though you don't have to worry, she died very quickly. Remember her in your prayers. And it's so good to hear that Michael's returning. With money he's sure to buy land. For the crops have been poor and the people are selling at any price that they can. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1890. My dear and loving son John, I guess that I must be close to 80. It's 30 years since you're gone. Because of all the money you sent me, I'm still living out my own. Michael has built himself a fine house, and Bridget's daughters have grown. And thank you for sending your family picture, your lovely young women and men. You say that you might even come for a visit. What joy to see you again. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1892. My dear brother John, I'm sorry that I didn't write sooner to tell you that father passed on. He was living with Bridget. She says he was cheerful and healthy right down to the end. Ah, you should have seen him play with the grandchildren of Pat McNamara, your friend. And we buried him alongside of Mother down at the Kilkelly churchyard. He was a strong and feisty old man, considering his life was so hard. And it's funny the way he kept talking about you. He called for you in the end. Oh, why don't you think about coming to visit? We're all love to see you again.
Woo! Profesor Tesosomok. What
How
a
did you
sad.
like that?
That was sad.
That goes with your Puerto Rico, man. That same kind of narrative story. That's why I like this song, because it's a good storytelling song.
Yes. Oh my God, that the mother died quickly, and gosh, you could only hope, right, that the ones we love die quickly and without too much suffering. And the Irish and Puerto Ricans have a very deep-rooted history. A lot of people don't know the revolutionary history that the Irish and Puerto Ricanos have, going back in the times of Pedro Albizu Campos. I think the what was written was for liberation of Puerto Rico was actually taken from how the Irish were fighting for liberation, and so we have a very deep history.
And the same with the Mexican history with the Batallón de San Patricio, obviously. So we have a very similar history.
Mira para allá. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Profesor. That was our TED Talk session musical. MTV Unplugged style. Gracias.
Gracias.
Bill Elkins. We're going to hear some more guitar playing. Bill Elkins all the way in Cali.
Greetings from Long Beach, everybody. Happy St. Patty's Day. I'm going to do my one Irish song, Sojourn to the Emerald Isle. That's the one I've played it before. When I took my daughter to Ireland to celebrate her getting her degree. So anyway, here we go. Hope you like it. Do 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 do. LAX to Dublin Airport, 9 hours in the stratosphere. Father and daughter, filial bonding in the land of the Emerald Isle. Mini Nissan, right side driving, unforgiving roundabout. Old brick and stone cities, green meadows, rainy sky. Do 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 do. Limerick City, rough and weathered, vibrant people so down to earth. River Shannon, dark and ancient, flowing through town to the sea. Dueling music, the cliffs of Moher, majestic beauty crafted by wind. Galway, Upper Salt Hill, troubadour singing songs from the heart. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do do do. Do 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 do. Old Killarney, quaint and charming. We drank some pints at O'Connor's pub. Cork City, oh so hilly. We crossed the River Lee on St. Patrick's Bridge. Drove to Shandon in the Highlands. Viewed the city down below. Blarney Castle, pubs and people. Oh, Ireland, I love you so. Do 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 do. Oh, Dublin, the big Irish apple, city of Ulysses on the Irish Sea. Phoenix Park, Trinity College, saw Mamma Mia at the Point Theatre. Stayed in Sutton on the coast, took dark into town. River Liffey, Dublin Castle, we hung around Temple Bar. Do 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 do. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
All right, all right, all right. Woo-hoo. Come on, girl.
Come on, everybody. Do, 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 do.
Did you? Dance, girl, dance.
All right. Thank you, Bill Elkins. Do, 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 do. Now let's see what's good with Raging. It's Raging. I want to see Bill Elkins on one of our karaoke nights, man. Everybody that sings, Catman Bill, Thistle Somog, everybody, Joski C. Oh, if you could be here for our open mics. I mean, our karaoke mic. Because Ray Jane did her thing. What's good, Ray Jane?
Hey. What's up, Boo Thang? What's up, Boo Thang?
What's good?
How you feeling?
I feel good. Feel really good. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You know?
You're gonna bless us with?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm doing some editing. So this is a piece that I edited and haven't shared since doing that. So I'll share that with you. But beforehand, just so y'all know, I have some performances coming up on Saturday. Queen Speaks with Cassandra is Free and your boy, Mr. Speaker. I have a bunch of lovely lady artists who are also going to be bringing their own heat that night, 7 p.m. It's $5. You can find me at It's Ray Jane, ITSRAYJANE on Instagram. My stories is more information for that. And then of course, 2-1, we taking it international again on Saturday night, 10 p.m. Hopping over to Tokyo real quick, do our thing with the family over there. So if you want to come through, if you're in New York, come have fun with us, come party. All right, let me get into it to be respectful for everybody else's time. We're gonna get a little spicy if y'all don't mind. This is entitled Nervous. You make me nervous. All my endings tingling, hoping I'm not the only one feeling intoxicated. I'm wasted. Sweet poison so close we can taste it. Let's face this. Feelings might be foreign. I'm feeling fondled by your French kiss when followed by whispered wildness in my ears. Did I mention my dreams to you before? 'Cause I swore I heard your voice illustrate me, and damn, I look good in your mouth. Feigning shy, you pretend not to know what I'm talking about, but bodies betray and hips mimic lips grazing each other's grass. Are we moving too fast? But what is time really? That's the type of question we roll around with, tossing perspectives betwixt perspiration and drenched sheets, quickening pulses, ponder aloud. Can power be submissive? Instincts dismiss need for reins. I offer control to you with both hands. You lead like you understand. Gentle words caress, they stretch over my fears and reach for me. Neither master of the other we teach, unafraid of vulnerability, extending our passions past poorly taught lessons. We end professing safety. Our jagged breaths slowing to a calming collective wind. Sweat and fear lifting off intertwined limbs. I finally find myself brave with you. Thank you.
That vulnerability, yes. Yes.
Sexy, it's muy sassy.
It was like romantic. It was more, it was the softer side. It was very nice.
Sometimes you gotta take your time with it. You know what I'm saying? All right, now y'all be good. Y'all be good.
Thank you, Queen Ray Jane, aka Thunderlung, aka gonna do her thing on Saturday night. I can't wait to see that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the space. Peace.
Of course, Queen Ray Jane. Now, Let's see what's good with Nicole Hernandez McGuire.
Hola, Bruja. Hola, Familia. How's everyone doing?
Yes.
Hope you all are good. All right, I have 2 for tonight, and they're both new shit.
New shit, new shit.
All right. So the first one is called Tail. I, a cat with my prized dead mouse hanging limply from my mouth, spotted with drops of blood, eyes shining and reflecting the ceiling fan light, come over to you on the couch, sitting comfortably, warm and at peace, only vaguely aware of my presence. You look up briefly and I drop my gift for you, this poem, words I chased and struck. It took me a moment to find her. I reached into dark corners and tight crevices, dragged her from the walls and was so excited to give her to you. I placed her gently at your feet and you immediately recoiled. And I can't understand why one would reject such an offering, this language of hope and desire, this message of love. That was my first one. Thank you. My second is called Lost Names and Borders. In my family, on the maternal side, we don't really know how to spell our last name, Wodolaski. My mom says it ends in Y, while my aunt insists it ends in J. Their parents shortened it upon arriving to the US in an effort to assimilate, and that, coupled with the conflicting memories of 2 old and very stubborn women, means the proper spelling remains a mystery. See, when you flee a country, many things are left behind. Things like photos, clothing, documents, names, friends, family, a sense of home and belonging. These things don't always make it across borders, or at least not intact. There is some deterioration, objects and people so badly weathered from the journey and what came before it that they are no longer whole. My sisters and I have always said that one day we would solve the mystery of our name. We would start by heading over to the last city our family was known to reside, find their central record-keeping institution, and settle this family debate once and for all. And while we were there, we'd look for distant relatives, visit all the tourist traps, and eat tons of araniki, washing it down with 1715. But it's beginning to look like we won't get that chance. There are no planes that will take us to our roots, to our rich history that we so lazily put off learning for years because there was always something so much more urgent to do, to our language that people always assume is Russian, but is its own beautiful organism, to our art and architecture, the viewing of which was put on pause while we visited sexier places, coliseums, towers, cathedrals to which we have no connection, to our homeland, dry earth made moist from decade upon decade of tears and blood. Because once again, families are leaving in desperate search of safety. My family escaped famine and political violence. These brothers and sisters are escaping bombs. And no matter the reason, that act of self-preservation, of leaving all that is comfortable, known, familiar, in order to live one more day, well, that act has consequences. I look at the news and watch men and women get on buses and trains, eager to leave the peril, but so obviously demolished from having to abandon all that has shaped them. And I wonder if their children's children will one day be making empty promises to go back to the homeland, to search for some sense of belonging and find that it's no longer there. Thank you.
Oh, Nicole. Ay, ay, ay. Don't be too hard on yourself, It's not laziness, That was so beautifully said. Gosh. Oh, thank you so much for that. It's so true. The things that people have to leave behind. Let's see now the world through her big brown eyes. Show some love for Rosalind Diaz.
Hey, Bruja. Hey, everybody. Glad
Hi.
to be here.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Almost the end of the week. Made it through. So I'm gonna do this one because I haven't done it in a while. It's called Bookworm's Promise. It goes like this. Wide awake and eager to indulge in you, getting lost in each page with nothing but the love in my heart, lighting the way through and search for it all to make sense, in love with how each letter is part of each word part of your sentence, table of contents, fully loaded prior to my arrival, dedication page with my name as a repeated pattern, wondering which title would perfectly define you, hoping to read just enough to know exactly what you mean, beyond the imagery caused by ink on the page, engage just enough to stay tangled in your world, enough to see you every time I close my eyes, enough to read between the lines when you introduce yourself. Feel free to dive deep, I promise you. Not even the folds on the corners of your pages will deter me from continuing to read. By read, I mean study, from cover to cover, with some sentences highlighted, some words underlined. By the time I'm done reading, the world will know that you've been loved by me, because I will be spread out through your acknowledgement page. And the About You section will smell of my perfume, cuddled up in my room, dissecting the pages and fully submerged in you. Let's be main characters in this sequel. Together, let's help the readers comprehend what it's like never to collect dust on the shelf again. End poem.
Ooh, Roz, that was beautiful. Love poem to the book. And speaking of book, buy her book, Lady Lotus. Yes.
Yes, and I also just wanted to let you guys know that on March 21st, I have a feature with Forever 7 at 7. So pull through Monday at 7 p.m. Show your girl some love. I love you guys.
Show her some love. Follow her through her big brown eyes. Thank you so much, Roz. Okay, and now let's see. Returning once again, Ike Waltz.
It's St. Patrick's Day, and I have absolutely nothing in common with the Irish. So I thought. Except there is my wife, dressed up in green. Her green lips spoke, "I am the greatest coach you will ever meet. Be it soccer, be it baseball, rugby, football, basketball, ice hockey, cricket. Man, this coach is wicked. She makes you run until she runs you out into the green. Meet these French, Indian, Irish, Akushla. Oh yes, I am really screwed. That's why she serves me green coffee in bed on St. Patrick's Day. After all, it's the best green she can mix. Thank you, darling Irish.
Thank you, Ike.
Next
Green.
one, always old, always new. Son of a gun. I admit I came to America to make money, only to realize the profound American love for legalized corruption, often mistaken for freedom, as so patriotically proclaimed. And then I was lucky to listen to Mahalia Jackson singing the traditional American spiritual, "He's got the whole world in his hands." Not only being captivated by the simplicity of its magic words, or being fascinated by her innate musicality, but being deeply touched by the genuine tears escaping her eyes. With tears in my eyes, once I became an American, so let me repeat. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got my brothers and my sisters in his hands. He's got all mothers and fathers in his hands. And then he's got a gun in his hand. He's got a mean gun in his hand. He's got a gun in his hand. He's had a bad, bad day and teach the world. He shot a brother in the head. He shot his big brother in the head. He shot a sister in the back. He shot his sweet little sister in the back. He shot a mother in her bed. He shot them all in cold blood dead. He's got an angry gun on his mind. He's got an angry gun in his ears. He's got an angry gun up his nose. He's got an angry gun in his mouth. He's got a target in his mean eyes. He's got a target in his cold sight. And then, let's not forget, the mean gunner, a misguided MAGA son, misguided by legalized corruption, misguided by an outdated Second Amendment only constitutional lawyers comprehend. Misguided by misguided shareholders. As long as killing machines turn a profit, we don't care. Misguided by a misguided system that promotes the right to kill my world. Yes. Now he's got a gun in his hand. He's had a mean gun till his end. And then he's had the whole world in one hand. The same hand that pulled that trigger till his end. The same hand that dropped that blooded gun. What an end. And all the silver bullets in his defense do not help, do not understand. He's got no flowers on his grave. He's got no tears that forgave. And all that automatic gun did not make him that exceptional free American man. Yes, he's had a violent gun, one of the best. And I have a painful knot in my chest. And then he's had the whole world in his hands. He's had my whole world in his hands. Hope. Hope is a feeling I never let die. Thank you.
Ike Waltz. Wow. Wow. Tremendous. Ike, let everybody know where in the world you are reading from this wonderful poetry.
Monterey Bay, California.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Wow. That was so powerful. Legalize corruption. Speaking that truth. Thank you so much. It's so great to have you back. So great. Looking forward to more of your work, Ike.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what's good. Hario Tezawa is joining us again. He does poetry. He randomly with a typewriter. Isn't that true?
Yeah, I'm that pretentious dude at the subway who desperately wants attention. So I type really loud on my typewriter going, look at me. I write. Want to read my script? No, please. Don't judge me. Everyone needs a gimmick. Regardless, hi, what's up? My name is Ario. I'm from Jersey. Don't judge me. I'm gonna read a poem for y'all. It's called Palimpsest People. Now, in order for this to work, I'm gonna need the whole room to do me two huge favors. First thing, I need you all to believe in elves. Second thing, I need you to actually pretend that it's about elves. And yeah. You can find me at Hario Tezawa on everything. No one else has that name, luckily, for now. So, yep, here's my poem about magical creatures. When you ask, I make it easy. I just say we're elves. And you understand, and then, for some reason, completely unwarranted, you tell me how much you like building things and that Christmas is your favorite holiday and your best friend's third uncle twice removed once dated an elf and we're good people. Oh, no, thank you. I would tell you who we really are, but the syllables would probably hit harsh upon your ears like the thunderous crash of foreign ships on unsuspecting shores. In truth, who we are now is probably as foreign to who we were as I am now to you. You see, the name elves is the appellation given to us by our conquerors, who used their sharpened steel and blind faith to gut the old name from the historical texts and exsanguinate our culture from the veins of the world. Simply, we are a palimpsest people. Our fibers crumpled and stretched and mottled and torn asunder from the relentless erasure marks clearing way for wanton revisions. I'm sure Mom and Dad and Dr. Robinson and Professor Hollywood have all done their part in showing you everything you need to know about us. So please regale me with your thoughts on how wondrous you must think it must be to live in the northern lands with Tim Allen and Jimmy Buffett and Tim Burton's Plato people. I'm sorry. I know I should not reward your curiosity with sarcasm, but the topics of cultural identity can be a bit touchy of a subject for an elf. As far as it goes for me, the Winter Wonderland is the only elf life I've ever known, where we pride ourselves in our innate ability to survive the tundra, for our order, for our factories and our deployment lines, for our love of lush chartreuse and cherries crimsons, for how we spend weeks honoring old St. Nicholas by crafting little gifts by hand from the wood of local evergreens. Only an elf could truly know the jaw-tingling sensation of fresh, authentic gingerbread, the lip-puckering tartness of sour, sweet gumdrops, the bone-rattling solstice cries from the herds of northern reindeer, and the spiritual exaltation of losing oneself to the wind songs of the borealis. But it's there, right there, where my ire begins, for upon further research into our own people, one starts noticing the cigarette burns in the pages of the past. See, many a young elf come to discover that their rotund idol isn't even elven, he's fucking Christian. Saint Santa is simply a reskin of another people's messiah, just repackaged and rebranded to better fit elvish proclivities. Also, funny how Santa, our top guy, isn't even an elf. And the more I think about it, the more I think he resembles a dwarf, which is slightly upsetting and also kind of makes sense because they invaded and won that one time, and no one in class or Twitter likes to talk about that. And it was also around that time that that stereotype about elves being tiny and only good at making things started propagating. Even our language, an element that should be so idiosyncratic and contextually loaded that it can only belong to us, doesn't. We speak English, fucking English, mixed with Gaelic and Russian and German and a whole hodgepodge of other people that came and took and overwrote. The only influence of the old tongue is pitifully interspersed throughout, mostly through the slang. And it pains me to think that there could have been a world where others would remark on the beauty of the words weaved by our lips, rather than how jarring and funny someone else's clashed against our teeth. It took a while and a lot of reading, but I managed to find some myths and managed to survive the onslaught of history. They aren't complete, and they're slightly tainted by translations with biases and agendas, and a substantial amount of them are considered apocryphal, but they are all of the old that we have. And these myths, those stories, they speak of magic that could bloom roses in winter and draw breaths from the dead, and of trickster gods that lulled the restless sun asleep and serenaded the moon and stars until their love illuminated the Everdark in the sky. Hello, Pixar, Disney, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. I got the cash cow right fucking here. And the elves are so hungry for anything that we don't even care if it's written by someone else. At this point, we just want to be in the middle of the poster and our names unchanged on the bylines. And then I couldn't finish because the meeting started. So hopefully I'll be able to polish this up and recite it on a Wednesday, because that's totally the plan. So thank you for listening to my story about elves.
Wow, that was genius, Harry. That was fucking genius, man. That wasn't fish shit. Wow. Look at all the the response in the chat. I mean, I feel like an elf. As you were talking about me, I was like, oh shit. A lot of us are fucking elves up in here.
I was actually talking about elves, though. It's, all right. Well, thank you. You'll probably find me on a Wednesday. I'm definitely gonna come by on a Sunday. And starting in April, I'm gonna totally be a regular, like a poltergeist that like haunts the cafe. So
Yay!
hope to see you all soon in the flesh.
In
You
the
can again follow me on Hario Tsawa on everything. I have an account on everything. Hear my random
yeah.
thoughts.
Follow that man. Follow. Thank you, Hario. That was dope. Generalissimo, what are you gonna do after this? I want to know.
Well, as you might know, I recently woke up from a nap and realized that the Neo had already opened, and then you got to put this Tozawa guy right before me and try to wake me up. So this guy is a show stealer. He just stole the show from everyone tonight. He's amazing. So I'm gonna say Happy St. Patty's to everybody. And this first poem is called The Tale of Smiling Molly. When the taters stopped growing in Ireland, Smiling Molly had no option nor no plan. To America, she boarded a ship. Over there in the saloon, she danced the jigs and earned her room from the drunkard's tips. If she smiled at you, you could dance with her, but you best not smile back or trouble might incur. One fine day, Smiling Molly was buying living supplies at the store for general merchandise.
Uh-oh. He froze. Is it just me? Oh. Generalissimo. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, we lost him. We lost him. Luck of the un-Irish. Okay, let's see what's good with Kyla then, and then see if Generalissimo can restore his signal. The signal. Kyla Tukaya, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Ooh, yes, you were. Hello, Kyla.
No, hola, bruja. Hola, familia.
Bueno verte.
I was looking for my Taino word of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Reclaim. Reclaim in Taino is anukiri.
Anukiri.
Anukiri. Anukiri. I'm going to write it in the chat. Anukiri.
Beautiful.
So, what did you say?
Thank you.
Anukiri. That would be a beautiful name.
It is a beautiful name. Yes, it is.
Tonight, I am on unceded Tongva land. My name is Kyla Tukaya Garcia. For those of you I haven't had the joy of meeting yet, thank you for everyone who's gone before me. This has been such a powerful night on all levels. This is called the Ides of March. And I also just want to remind everyone that losing our inner peace does not help build or facilitate or nourish world peace. And to be warriors for peace, we have to take care of our mental health. I think our inner peace is the armor and elixir for world peace. So with that being said, the Ides of March. Superstition calls this day an unlucky day, but I was born on the 13th. So I shall be born today too. Today is the day I decided to allow my strength to flower. Today is the day my roots broke free. My fences fell and became trees again, reclaiming their raw power. Today is the day I said thanks, but no thanks. Atabe guides me now. and the only gatekeeper I see is my own beliefs. Today, I chose to build and sit at my own table, no longer waiting for your invitation with bated breath. Today's the day I turned off the news and listened to my heart's headlines. Brave artist simplifies her life by deciding it's worth showing up for. Let your soul work surpass your shadow work, and you will remember you're the light. Young warrior rises with the sun to greet destiny. Today's the day I picked up my fins from the top of the mountain, reclaimed my wings from the bottom of the waterfall, and finally chipped away at the glacier to find my soft, golden heart. I believe in you again. I missed you, sweet friend. I chipped away at the glacier to find my soft, golden heart. Okay, Tukaya, go make more art.
Yes. Thank you so much for your consciousness and your art and your inspiration. So beautiful always.
Love you all. Thank you. Thank you for the space and for listening.
Wow. Yes. Ray Jane said it. You are a gift. Yes, you are, Tukaya. Ooh. And teaching us those words, bringing them back to life, the language, just like, Hario was talking about, like how they strip that language and how they, we're just so grateful for any little bit just to be in the center, just for once. But thank you for bringing it forward and putting it right there front and center. Beautiful. Well, Generalissimo, I don't know what happened, but we're going to give you another shot here. I don't know what happened with the signal.
Well, my looks like something's weird with my internet signal, so I hope it lasts. So, where did I have the crap? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start all over. The Tale of Smiling Molly. When the taters stopped growing in Ireland, Smiling Molly had no option nor no plan. To America, she boarded a ship. Over there in the saloon, she danced the jigs and earned her room from the drunkard's tips. If she smiled at you, you could dance with her, but you best not smile back, or trouble might incur. One fine day, Smiling Molly was buying living supplies at the store for general merchandise. She looked at her brush with a handle of ebony, quite a splurge for a personal sundry. The brush fell to the floor from her hands, and when she reached to pick it up, her eyes espied the eyes of a well-dressed gentleman. I believe this is yours, and please do pardon my forwardness, ma'am. From his gentle kindness, Smiling Molly felt a warmth in her heart, upon which she didn't plan. A proper courtship did ensue, a fine church wedding a few months soon, a house of the finest wood built by the finest architect. Smiling Molly's harsh past life one could not detect. In her house she raised 4 smiling girls. After the last had married, she returned to her Ireland from a very different world. At her husband's side, she cried by her parents' graves, then returned to her America, to a family and life so fine and safe. Smiling Molly was always known to smile. She said her doll once told her, girl, a smile don't hurt nobody, so you never has to have a reason why. She told her girls and their children too about her life in Ireland, her 7 brothers, Hermanda, and how a smile could always keep you from feeling blue. And this is called matzo ball soup. Matzo ball soup can have small balls or large balls. The chicken broth can be salty or peppery, maybe with chopped parsley or not, even with chicken floating in there if you dare. But no matter which way, it must be homemade, no matter whose mother, grandmother, aunt, or great aunt, or which Jewish deli makes it, it's always different. Take a trip to New York City, go to the Carnegie or the 2nd Avenue Deli, maybe Katz's on Houston Street, or even Burgers in the Diamond District. They will all serve a somewhat unique matzo ball soup. The major matzo ball soup issue is that one cannot eat a matzo ball in one bite. To eat one of these deliciously dense dumplings, one must cut a piece just the right size to fit in a soup spoon with some broth. The broth helps to break it down before you eat it. The small balls can be broken in half, while the larger balls must be cut into 3 or 4 pieces. I have this idea to make a series of herb matzo ball mixes, Italian, Mexican, Moroccan, Indian, Thai, and the like. One would be with my personal signature herb blend of lemon balm, apple mint, orange thyme, pineapple sage, tarragon, and parsley. Oy vey! Such a souped up matzo ball soup might be too good to be true, but no matter how it's made or what time of year it's served, this delicacy of the Passover Seder always makes life. So happy St. Patty's Day, and thank you very much, everyone, and thank you, La Bruja, for giving us this space.
Oh, thank you. You know, I love when you talk about food. Like all your food poems, oh my goodness, are just so delicious and they make my mouth water. And I'm hungry now. I maybe have had.
There's only one of those delis left in existence. The Second Avenue Deli, I think, was reopened like in Murray Hill or something. It's no longer in the East Village. It used to be an East Village staple. So it's sort of like a, you know, the old school New York deli. Those old school New York delis are just have gone by the wayside.
Is that where you could get the real matzo ball soup?
Well, you could get real matzo ball soup at any good, really good Jewish deli, but those were just some well-known ones. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Thank you.
The Carnegie.
Is it the bigger the ball, the better, or is it the opposite?
It's you know, sometimes they're lighter, sometimes they're heavier. It doesn't matter. It's however you like it.
Thank you.
But I think you probably like the bigger balls.
Don't assume. Don't assume. I'm so silly. You say balls and then I just blush. It's so ridiculous. Okay, Nocturne Queer. Let's see what's good. Are you there, Nocturne?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for all these poems and art and singing. I'm popping my cherry today. I'm really excited.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and what's crazy is that I'm not just popping my cherry for New Yorican. It's like for the world. I've never presented a poem before.
Oh, that's amazing. So, do you want the Pop the Cherry song?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time ever, we going to pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. Pop, pop the cherry, baby. Pop, pop, pop the cherry, baby. Pop, pop the cherry, baby. Pop. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time ever, Nocturne Queer.
Thank you for hyping me up. I have a sad poem though, but it's all
That's
right.
okay. That's okay. We're going to hold space for you. You are being born right now. You take your time, deep breaths. Let's go.
Right. Okay, y'all, I have a poem for you. It's called The Stars a Summertime Ago. Spectated, eyes closed. In the 12th week of August, the sun falls an orange cooler, reaching the edge of earth back to the edge of sky. A new day, new night, ceaselessly reaching the brink of change. Next week, the sun will summer to fall, but I, a season too young, want only the summer in us. And we, a lie too old, keep our eyes shut opened, basking in each other's gaze, our August rose tinted, grazing my lips down your skin, your foreskin rose tinted. But the heat, the sparks, the summer in us, we will never be tinted. But the season is unfreezable, good times untimeless, the timing unright. The sun falls an orange cooler, setting next week from summer to fall. The cold will bring another new spring, and spring will bloom another history, sundered by the sands of time and all the stars misaligned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
One of us.
So sweet.
One of us.
Wow, Nocturne Queer. That was awesome. A season 2 young.
Esta me parece mal, quer dizer.
Wow, so powerful. Thank you. You have been born a poet tonight. Congratulations. What a good cherry. You keep writing. Anybody that could use foreskin in a poem and make that shit cool is the bomb. Yes, Nocturne Queer. Woo! Definitely one of us. Welcome to your new home. Keep returning. Thank you so much. Look at that. I love it. Okay. I see Michelle Ortiz has arrived into the room a bit late. Okay, I'm going to fit you in. I will definitely fit you in, but we are going to go with our Miss Capapas. Let's see what's good. Oh, one more time. Oh, wait, one more time. Unmute.
Hi, La Bruja. Hi, everybody. Hi.
How are you? Welcome.
I'm doing really, really good. I'm very, very excited. My hands have been shaking since the start of this meeting. I am honestly nervous right now.
Oh, it's okay. I understand. It's okay, but you know, we are giving you so much love and so much energy. You're in a very safe place. How do I say your first name properly?
Just Ruth Abigail, but just call me Abby.
Okay.
And I'm from Mississippi.
Okay, Abby from Mississippi. Thank you for joining us. What are you good
Thank you
for tonight?
Yeah, thank you for giving me this chance to join you guys. So I wrote a poem and I basically dedicate this to the families of those who committed suicide. It's a sad poem, but I hope everybody would appreciate it, even if it's a sad poem.
Of course. I hear it's your first time too. Is that true?
Well, I have joined. This is actually my second time.
Oh, okay.
Participating in a poem reading. The first time was up in Tennessee, but after when we had the COVID, everybody went online, and we hardly had a meeting.
Well, I'm glad that you're sharing with us. It's okay if it's sad. We are here for all of our emotions. It's so important to, feel the spectrum. So do your thing, Avi.
Okay. Thank you. All right. The title of the poem is The House of Loneliness. The house of loneliness inside my suicidal mind. Loneliness welcomed me in her peaceful home, right when I struggled to find a place where I belong. Her cold arms wrapped around me, consoling my unwanted lonely soul, whispering chants of love and courage, reminding me I am home. She walked me to her isolation room where darkness, silence, and emptiness reside. Then came doubt, anxiety, and fear, each cloth and armor fit for me to wear, and casting playful spells, creating alternative realities that readily sell. I stray around and found regrets, sorting out my bag full of dirty outfits, checking which stain of mistake can be undone, so shame and embarrassment will soon let go and be gone. But as the pocket of failure is emptied, A quivering insecurity crawls out naked. My eyes caught pregnant anger in explosive state, screaming in frustration as she delivers hate, while grief confidently masters the skill of bargaining, hoping past memories could heal such loss and suffering. Sadness religiously recites a litany, imploring help to make every transition of life easy. Members of this household lived in constant dysfunction, nailing my weary mind in this miserable position. My agonists yearned for stillness and solitude, but found defeated personas in the throes of stillness and solitude. My sanity tries to find an escape, whether I finish my life or stand up and walk out brave. I glide to the window to get a good view of the life outside this house, its colors in every hue. Bright sunshine, white clouds, blue skies, green grass, the backdrop of life that moves the present to the past. Loneliness came and stood next to me, convincing me to give it another chance and live free. But what is freedom if there is fear? What is freedom without feeling loved? What is freedom without feeling home? What is freedom without feeling safe? In the silence of darkness, I am safe. In the silence of darkness, I am free. Loneliness walked me back to her isolation room, where darkness, silence, and emptiness reside. All that is left is a lit candle, awaiting my final surrender. In the presence of loneliness, I embrace darkness, and in darkness, my life ends. The end.
Wow, Avi. You know, you spoke for my younger self actually with that poem. I identified so much with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please join us again. And, so many people are suffering, suicidal thoughts. And, I really believe in this space as a place to fill, that emptiness, because I know what it is to be raised with shame, guilt, and being taught that I was unworthy of things, and I just want you all to just remove that shame, remove that guilt, and know how worthy you are just for being yourself.
And can I just share this, La Bruja? So writing this poem, it helped me to open up my eyes with, my weaknesses and my strength, and realize, oh, this is what's happening to me. This is the reality, and I'm able, just by constantly reading it, I'm able to fight it. That's where I find my strength, that I realize, no, I'm stronger than these emotions. I'm stronger than, yeah. So
Yes,
thank you.
yes, speak that into existence. Yes, thank you so much for sharing that too. That process, of introspection and recognizing that, sometimes feelings lie. We may feel those things, but it's not real. So thank you so much. Blessings to you on this poetic journey of life.
Thank you.
Yes, and empowerment. All right. Whew. You gave me chills. Okay, Michelle, we're going to let you on next, and then we're going to go into the good luck round. Michelle Ortiz, y'all.
Thank you guys. That poem was amazing. So thank you for sharing that. I have like one very short poem and then one like I guess regular poem. So I'll start now. I can still feel all the broken parts of me, but I've chosen to love them intentionally, con ternura. I carry them with me and introduce them to te de jengibre and the way that the moon reflects off my mother's black marble countertops, the way the winter sun hits my hallway through my south-facing window. I can guide them towards my sister's laughter and my mother's wide eyes, her open arms. I can teach them that the sun's gonna rise every day and that on early mornings, they will witness the sun and moon hold space for the deepest and darkest pieces of themselves. I can lay them to rest now. That was the first one. And second one, I believe in so many things. I believe that every time my mother prays for me, the universe rains protection down on my being. I believe that Jesus loved me before I knew my own name. Creo que la tierra contiene energía sagrada. I believe that my body is energy. I believe that respect is the highest form of love. I don't pray how I used to. I guess the idea of God has confused me, eluded me, shaken me. I've only ever wanted to find a home in all the wild things, found that love blooms on contorted vines, and the God that I witness reflect off the moon so often gets packaged and produced in all the things that I fear, and I fear so many things. I fear the echoes of genocide, the prayers that were said above mass graves. I fear rape and violence against bodies that look like mine and yours. I fear lynchings and war. I fear the loss of language, and I hold space in my heart for all the names that have been ripped from our tongues. I am a culmination of monstrosities and revolution. My skin, the color of a conquistador, my hair, the texture of the roots that grounds me, and my spirit, a wanderer with a thirst for knowledge that is never satiated. I want so badly to hold steadfast in my faith, but men have used God to neglect the iridescence of nature's creations for so long. Desde mi isla bonita hasta Nueva York and the four corners of this world, I am looking for hope beyond hate, a scavenger for the God in me and you, for the duality of being and believing. Thank you.
Yo, that was brilliant, Michelle. Woo! Thank you. I'm so glad you made it into the room because we needed to hear that. Man. Yeah, Marissa Prada's asking, ¿Tienes un libro, poeta? We need to see that in writing. We want to read that. Okay, now let's get into the good luck round. And luckily, Sylvie Slotkin has returned, our teenage heartthrob of the open mic.
Hi. Oh my God, it's so good to be back.
Hey! Great to see you, Sylvie.
Yeah. So, on a much sadder note, today actually marks 7 days since my grandfather sadly passed away. He fought for a year with pancreatic cancer and passed away on St. Patrick's Day, which is a bad day to go. So he was one of my best friends, and I miss him every day, and this poem is dedicated to him. I think it's funny how you were Poppy because you didn't want to be Grandpa. You weren't Poppy because we couldn't say Grandpa. You were just Poppy. It's who you wanted to be, and boy, did you deliver. I don't remember the sound of your voice, but I remember it was slightly low and gravelly like your beard that scratched me when you scooped me up in your giant furry arms and planted a wet kiss on my cheek. Only the Good Die Young was playing in the car on the way to your funeral that was attended by the whole town because you ran the library. I gave my speech in my little yellow dress because it was pretty and I wanted to look pretty for you. I don't talk about you a lot, but when I do, you're never Poppy. You're always my grandpa. Even though you're never my grandpa, you're always Poppy, self-proclaimed Poppy. You used to wear colorful rubber bands on your wrists that we'd give you, proud to see a little piece of us on your arm. Your thick arm hair always got tangled in the bands, must have hurt when they moved, but you never took them off. I remember your morning glories and tomatoes, and when your hose was my favorite toy. I don't talk about you a lot because when kids my age talk about their dead grandparents, they do it because it's the only bad thing that has ever happened to them. Poppy, you dying wasn't the only bad thing that has ever happened to me. It was the worst thing that has ever happened to me. You were the biggest person I knew. You dwarfed me, and you'd stand in your kitchen sipping your hot chocolate from a green M&M mug because you didn't like coffee. And you'd sing in your cold, dated kitchen about Raisin Bran, and your low, gravelly voice would boom in your house, and I'd sit there eating a frozen pancake like Aunt Jemima had a Michelin star. I'd sit there and wonder when you'd stop singing and come sit with me. The last time I saw you, I was too young to know I was saying goodbye. I wish I would have known because there's so much I would have said to you. So many things I would have asked you given the chance. But you looked small in your king-size bed. You were obscured by your hat and weighted blanket. The rubber bands were still on your wrist, but there was no hair for them to get tangled in. I had never seen you without your beard. The last time I saw you, I was scared to get near you, scared to mingle with the stranger lying in your bed. And the night I got home from your house after your funeral, after we sat Shiva, I started to believe in some disembodied Jewish heaven, but it was just you sitting in a cloud. And every night I'd pray to whomever would listen, maybe it was you, that you'd be in my dream that night. I remember the dream where we danced and I cried when I woke up. And the real kicker is, I haven't dreamed about you since. All I want is to dance with you once more.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Sylvie Slotkin. Oh gosh. That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Give it up for Sylvie, yo. Everybody, look at that. Look at that in the chat. Oh my God. You took me back to when I lost my abuelito. Oh my goodness. Same thing in the bed. He had cancer too. You just took me back. Oh my God. I'm like holding in my tears. You're so brilliant, Sylvie. And he does hear you and he does see you. And I dreamt that I danced with my abuelito too. And he looked young in my dream. And he picked me up and spun me around. And I haven't dreamt of him since either. And it was like him letting me know that he was at his best in heaven, you know? Sylvie! Okay. All right, everybody. Get your shit together. Because now we're going to listen to Julia, okay? Jesus. Hi, Sylvie. Julia, you're intense and you're real and you're going to give it to us. I know you are.
Thank you.
For Julia Parsley, how you doing tonight?
Oh, lots changed. I decided to quit my job because it was a fucking horrible job. So that was an interesting choice that I made. But I'm freaking out. But that's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be so fine.
You know, you made a good choice. You made the right choice.
Fuck that. I lost like 10 pounds in a month and I was like, I need to quit this job. But anyway, one thing I really want to do, and I don't think I have time for it, but you can let me know. I have this piece of art that I made in October that's like the best thing I've ever made in my life, but it's kind of long and it's a film, so I'd have to share my screen, but I don't want to do it if it's going to screw up everyone else's chance to read their stuff. So like, that's why I'm like, I don't know, but I've been wanting to share it with you for months. I never knew it was the right time, you know what I mean? Because I didn't even know if I should share a movie.
Let's work that out in the next show because we do have a couple of other good luck rounders, and just share a poem with us and then we'll plan better for the next time.
Sure, that's fine. All right, so I have a couple of poems that are really, really, really old because I'm in a weird place right now after quitting my job, and I don't know, I'm like messed up. So like a lot's happening and I just don't really feel right. So sometimes like I just feel like reading really old things. This poem's from like I think 2016 or something, and this is from before. So like if you've been here long and you've listened to me for a while, you probably know my parents are clinical psychopaths, and I was in a really, really violent environment for most of my life. But when you're in that environment growing up, you don't realize that you're in that, but you know that something's wrong. And I didn't know at the time when I wrote these things that I was kind of reflecting that in what I wrote. And now I look back and read these poems and I'm like, oh, I was kind of writing about how I felt without really realizing it. So this is called This Is Surgery. And it kind of reflects that. And it's weird for me to read because I don't feel like this anymore, but it's, so here it is. I am not naive. My eyes were made of paper and your words were fire, but words do not travel to the eyes. Your hands are made of rock and my thoughts were water, but I could never let them leave my mind. I am apparently not blind. For so many years I visited the doctors. Cataracts, river blindness, stigmatism, I had none. It turns out there is a difference between letting yourself see what there is and turning your eyes in on themselves so that you can gaze into the depths of your own hollow skull. I am made of ice, freshly cut from the Arctic, blue, translucent, sweet when licked. It conceals the preserved remains of my skin, my organs, pink with frozen blood, salty. I ate too much sodium. My heart doesn't like me for it, and my liver has already decided this relationship isn't going to work out. Thank God for cryogenesis. Even though I'm frozen, I can still think. My thoughts are grander than the ocean and taller than the skies. Several times I thought I might explode from supernovas of neural activity, but the doctors say this isn't how the human body works. I can see in color now. I have 20/20 vision, and I can read what you display on your forehead unknowingly, and the ice is melting, and I am not naive. So that's that poem. And I have one other. It's like also kind of old, but less old. And I don't know. It's just it kind of talks. I think when I wrote this, I was writing about dissociation, but I was so out of touch with myself that I didn't write about what I meant. Like all my newer work that actually like all the stuff I've shared with you so far up to now has been very honest. Like I'm in touch with myself, but these poems are from a time when I was so dissociated that I didn't know who I was. So they're kind of abstract. And this is called Windy. As the grass grows into her hands underneath the fingernails, searching, reaching into the veins, fitted like a mold, she was absorbed into the earth, so she felt. Why was it that the earth was always swallowing her up? Dreading the thought of them pouring the dirt over her eyes, burying her like a seed. That's it. So that was weird for me, but
Oh, great stuff. But it's like Abby said, you through the poetry get to really connect with yourself. So at this point, it's taken that time, but it was poem after poem. It's like sifting through those layers,
yeah,
So
kind of.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Julia Parsley. Each poem, one poem at a time, you discover more and more who your authentic self is through your voice. So now we're going to go with Ron Trankler Thompson, who has agreed to help me with my From Puerto Rico in my production, to help me perform and in the production team. So Ron, thank you so much. And the reason we even call this round the good luck round is because of Ron. Thank you, Ron. Unmute.
Yay, thank you. Yeah, and I'll only help you on the production side. I cannot help you sing. I don't know how to sing, so you have to do that part. You have to be the star of the show. And thank you for everything you do here, Thursday evenings, all the other exciting programs. And I didn't even know that you were teaching an impromptu workshop this past Sunday at the Writers Retreat. So now I have another reason to come to both to learn from you and advocate, that Sunday, So quick shameless plug for the cafe. Everyone in the audience, please come this Saturday. 2 venues, 1 mic with Tokyo at the cafe and in Zoom. Come to La Bruja show Friday, April 8th from Puerto Rico. It's amazing. And the day after, April 9th, every second Saturday of the month, hybrid open mic with Advocate of Words and karaoke after party hosted by the amazing Paul Concasso and co-produced by yours truly. So trust me, you will not be disappointed. All right, I have a super short poem. It's new shit. I wrote it earlier today. I hosted a writing prompt session at my own organization, Bronx Art and Fun Hub. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing green. One of the prompts I gave, you have to use the word green in every line. Usually I don't write in the programs that I host, but today I had a little extra time. So this is my little silliness. Green. Green may be the color of wealth and money. Unfortunately, green is not the color of honey. Green is what's over the fence at my neighbor. I hate when his grass there is always greener. I admit, yes, I'm sometimes green with envy. Sometimes I wish I wouldn't worry and be more me. Green is not the color of the clouds in the sky, but if I wanted to, green weed would get me high. Green plants and green nature make me happy. A green cactus, the grass and leaves on a tree. I wish I had a green thumb so my houseplants would survive. Also, I should eat more green vegetables so I can thrive. In the meantime, I give you the green light to write your poetry. Just don't go green on me if it does not set you free. So let me end. Here's my wish for St. Patrick's Day. Let green be the color, our color. It may be our way. I hope my micro poem made you smile tonight. Please allow green to make you shiny and bright. And that's it. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, Ron. Woo! Thank you for that. You do make us shiny and bright. You really do. You really, really do. And for those of you that meditate and know about your chakras, actually green is the color of love. It's the color of your heart chakra. So green, the way the leaves, everything that is life and alive is green. So thank you, Ron. And I look forward to building with you, working with you. You want Ron on your team. Whatever it is you're doing, you definitely want Ron on your team. Okay, Marsha Rivera is next. Let's see what's good with Marsha.
Good evening, La Bruja. Peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you to all the poets.
How you doing tonight, Marsha?
Maintaining, just blessed like everybody, going through the motions. How you doing?
Good. I'm excited to hear you. I know you're our Brooklyn MC on the low. What's good though? Do your thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The title of this one is called The Urge. It's a little different from what I'm accustomed to. Ignite my soul. The heartbeat of love has faded to an abyss where there's no life that ignites the soul, to intertwine where the truth of love still lies and the hunger craves to feel alive. Looking into my soul, your eyes said it's so, the hunger to taste the sweetness I behold. Touch of your caress, gotta exhale before we expel. Transparency of energy within the soul. Passion isn't lust, it's a world all on its own. Your grip of my hips pulling me close to no escape of this. Breathe as you seize all of me. Kisses cover my canvas, every grip pulling, caress, ignite the best. Passion, desire, fire that burns to want to exhale, release the unknown you behind these doors. The crave knocks hard, unleashing grief and holding, to know the spot and it's hot. Beads of sweat drips from each spot, taking control and not wanting to stop, to control the G-spot. Follow your lead with every thrust, I hit with rhythm, your eyes say it's so. When they roll back and you don't want to let go. Flip it, lift it, and kiss it, all while we entwine. The crave between the legs and all it takes, the knocking of the hunger that doesn't go away. The level isn't obtained by many, nor comprehend. Sex, fucking, and lust leads to a dead end. This hunger burns, earns, sweat, desire. Slow motion for the need of sexual healing, to elevate to the state of hydroplane, beyond this 3D that we play. Haven't met the match to my flame, unchained, the hidden freak among the same. A lady in the streets, and you already know the beat of freaking the sheets. Access denied to many who try, not worth my time. I'm a gem among the rest. I contest. My sexual healing will have you in distress. Thank you.
Ooh, Marsha, thank you. Haven't met the match to my flame. I could resonate with that right there. Thank you, Marsha, for
Thank
reminding
you.
me. That shit was fire. Fire bars. That shit was hot. Very hot.
Thank you. Thank you. Peace and blessings, everybody.
Peace and blessings to you. I hope to hear you at the cafe live. You're in Brooklyn. You're not too far away. Come through. That's all I gotta say. Okay, and now to close out, it is one of our very own hosts, now official hosts of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe karaoke after party. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul con queso. It's not asking to. Here we go.
There we
Unmute.
go. Much better. Sorry. Woo. Yeah. Just had to create that drum roll suspense. We just getting people primed. How you doing tonight, bro?
Feeling good. I feel good. How you doing?
Feeling fucking phenomenal. I mean, there's been magic in the air tonight. A lot of people being very vulnerable. Yeah, I mean, like just people. I mean, people have just literally lifted their soul up out of their body and bared it on this stage. So thank you to everybody who's come before me. Thank you for sharing pieces on grief, on healing, on family members, on suicide attempts, on culture, on everything that makes us what we are. That's why I love the New Yo, because y'all always bring it, and we never know what the fuck to expect. Thank you, Bru, for making me part of the pantheon of hosts at the New Yo. I still feel honored, awestruck, not worthy, but worthy. I'm learning to accept that I'm worth it. So yeah. April 9th, y'all, come out for the next hybrid show, and then our second ever edition of the karaoke after party. Even if you can't make it in person, you could join through on Zoom. There are links that you can buy tickets to. But yeah, I'm gonna stop taking up oxygen with plugs. I'm gonna just say Storm God's in the building. Men Who Heal, sound from the underground. This piece is called Black. They say it's the absence of color. Liken it to grief and morbidity. Dress the Grim Reaper in robes designed by death and his many friends. It's the pot calling out kettle for its melanin. But I say black is everything. It's every color in the spectrum absorbed into one, pulsing and strobing like a limelit club. In the heart of Orlando, it comes to us as night asking for olive branch, offers its hand, offers up fact we cannot possess light without it. See, black does not lack thereof nor lachrymose just because it is known for its suffering. Hues of rainbow, black and bluing in bruises, black as plague, black as this Guinness, black as sheep clutching the wheel of sleep as I stare into Vanta black irises each evening when the sky and I feel like colliding and the eye of my storm's horizon feels more akin to dancing than dying. They tell you that you will walk into that great beyond, a black supernova when you go, but what they don't say is how black holes actually be the most vibrant source of light in this galaxy, and from my living room skylight I sense distance between heaven and us shrinking. Yes, we are creeping closer to oblivion each new year, but I say ring it in. Invite it into your living room like a vampire, make friends with it, pet and name it, because in the interest of not getting all fatalistic, I decide to consult a mystic, the most sage source I know of, so I ask her, Alexa, given the state of the world today, what's the point of going on? And with no hesitation, she responds, would you like me to play What's Going On by Marvin Gaye? To which I say, no, Alexa, I meant to say, why do we choose to stay? She replies, sorry, I'm not sure I got that. Would you like me to play the 2005 movie Stay, starring Ryan Gosling? I sigh, offer up no response, perhaps because the human brain is made to keep us alive and not necessarily stay in state of stasis some may call happiness, because in my experience all the best art seems to come from hurt. I mean, would Frida have learned her true nature if not for the accident that cast her in a state of navel gazing? Would Basquiat have moved at the pace he did if not for the vices that took his life at the same age as Kurt Cobain, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Hendrix, and Amy Winehouse? And did I cheat death when I chose not to fade to black in my 27th year? Would I be who I am today if not for my traumas? Had I not lost my mama, a grandma, and innocence young, would any of this have struck the same chord or stung as hard as all our bees dying off, taking with them pollen, nations of new oxygen? If not for the suffering, would I even be a poet? Does this craft not make me crave blades on vein, requiem for a dream, drama, death, and destruction wrought ad nauseum, feeding my muse laudanum the same way others need to blood sugar, sticky solution of sap like some like from, say, honey? Am I not that? A trap? A trick question? Asked to an app we tell ourselves is a real voice in the room. Who are we to assume artificial intelligence isn't, in fact, more intelligent than the rest of our remnant stuck in the flypaper traps of our generational traumas, pain, the way we pollinate? Because to be honest, sometimes I just want to bask in bad days, listen to sad shit, and tell Alexa to throw on 2006 playlists back when everybody would make fun of Amy Winehouse by feigning they try to make me go to rehab. And then jabbing perhaps she should have just said yes. How many make jest of addiction, relapse, and mental breakdown until you're face down in your own nectar, where every round I go with the specter of my own disease, taking stabs at me like killer bee, filling me with enough stung serotonin to will me to continue on, not to slip into abyss of hand to wrist, fit, and mouth like fisting tricks. And you know, the devil's greatest trick was convincing the world he was not there. Just like I did my one-hit wonder, one-pony trick of making this body disappear into thin air, into despair, abracadaver, belting out the most tragic lines in each ballad like a side salad beside sad sandwich, trying to provide solace, holding hope hostage, my very best effort given to prevent colony collapse again. You know, this occurs when workers flee the colony, leave behind only our queen to feed her needs, knees I sink to, just to empty nectar sack, plunge and hack like a lumberjack, dislodging hive, mind your own beeswax, yes, I mean you outside my door, eavesdropping on my count of days since last incident, clipping back into nil like New Year's shit. Decade later, I've recovered to semi-functioning, so please leave this honeybee to his own bee vices, sappy shit and sad boy shit. Let me marinate this fillet. I no longer wish to flay, rare as Kobe, realizing 2 years after the fact just how much I miss Kobe. Pondering on Gianna Bryant, who would have been 16 today if not for the crash, I ask Alexa, what are the odds of dying while in my car versus a helicopter? She tells me the death index for cars is 453.6. That's 16 times greater than a helicopter flight, so I decree the next time I take my car to the Shell station and it takes $500 to fill, that perhaps I should just Thelma and Louise myself off some cliff into the periwinkle sunset, but not before I yell to tell Alexa to play the title track from Back to Black. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times as you go back to her and I go back to. Thus I ask again before taking the wheel, Alexa, what's the point of it all? And with no response, I close my eyes. That's where I see clear constellations made behind gates of creation, buzzing like honeycomb. And no thanks to Alexa, I get my answer. I hit the road in cruise control, lifting hands to let fate steer. No Jesus taking wheels, shudder my eyelids as my path fades to the black so beautiful as she welcomes me into her expanseless embrace.
Paul con queso! Paul con queso, the motherfucking genius. Woo! I asked Alexa too. I was like, Alexa, should I kill myself today? And then she gave me the hotline. She gave me the suicide hotline. She helped me more than she helped you. Shit. Thank you, Paul con queso. Wow, tonight has been phenomenal. Let me look at everybody in the gallery. I want to shout out Boetaku in Japan, Alia Amal. Who else is up in here? I just saw somebody. Where was that name? Matthew Morales. Thank you for watching and being with us. You know, everybody that was up in here. Tara, thank you. Mr. Speaker, Sears, thank you. Marissa Prada for being with us. Everybody that read tonight, just amazing, amazing work. I hope you feel how powerful you really are, how worthy you really are, how tremendous you really are, how much hope you give with each word that you shared tonight. Oh, I feel so full. My heart is full. My soul is full. My stomach is empty, but I'm going to get that matzo ball. I swear I'm going to do that. I'm going to get some matzo. Catman Bill, put the hairball down. Every time I'm hungry, he puts up the hairball. You me da como, Yo, much love, everybody. I hope to see you in person. Yo, this Saturday is going to be lit. And even Friday, we have our ASL Slam, American Sign Language Slam, that is popping. And then Sunday, we will have our Writers Retreat. And yes, it did turn into me teaching a workshop. Come through noon. From noon to 1, we'll do the coffee and beer thing or whatever we do, and then at 1 o'clock we'll get into it. An amazing night it has been. Con todo mi corazón, le deseo todo lo mejor, the best that the universe has to offer. May you have that. Buenas noches. Good night. Woo!